All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Peak to Middle School. My name is Narwhal. I'm joined by Kyle.
Hi.
For potentially the last time before we all have to hide in our house and hopefully not die.
Well, hopefully not.
Yeah.
This is the last day with a beard. Actually, there might be another episode with a beard.
Yeah, there'll be one more episode after this with a beard, and then you guys will see his beautiful face again.
Yeah,
so.
you can see. I'm no. Wow.
You're what?
What's up? I'm no longer hiding behind my immense beard.
Yeah, so
You're
guys,
get the full experience.
If you usually listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, definitely check out our Instagram or YouTube where we have a full video version and rate Kyle's beard out of 10. Because right now, I think it's at like 10.2 out of 10.
I think it's like a 2 out of 10. But
he got a comment the other day from someone saying they really liked it. So
yeah,
it might be one of those things where, like, you know, there's like body dysmorphia, where it's like you look in the mirror and it's not just that like you think you're ugly. It's that you literally see something other than what is there.
Like anorexic people see themselves as being like 300 pounds.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know if it's that bad.
I don't know how extreme it is, but maybe you look in the mirror and you see like pedophilia face.
I do.
And I look in there and I see just a manly man, a lumberjack.
Well, I hope, because, you know, you see yourself differently than other people see you. So, like, I see myself and I think, wow, this looks like, you know, like a 13-year-old trying to grow out a mustache.
Yeah. I actually had a really, like, profound moment with myself the other day. This is going to sound basic and, like, dumb, but really, like, hear me out or, like, think deeply on this one.
Okay.
I looked in the mirror and I was like, you know when you write your last name sometimes and it's like if you just think about it over and over, it doesn't really make sense?
Yeah.
I did that, but with like looking at my face, and I was like, I look like this. Like because you see yourself so often that you just become accustomed. You just look in the mirror and it's like, that's just who you are. It's that's normal.
You're inside of what you're looking at.
Yeah. But then I really sat back and I was like, other people look at me and they see this face.
Is that a good thing?
That's what I wasn't sure. I was like I've always had good self-confidence when it comes to like my appearance. I think that's partly because of my parents did a good job of like instilling me with confidence.
Not calling you ugly.
Yeah, they didn't make me feel like I was ugly.
My mom saw my beard the other day and she said, "Oh God, that's disgusting." So,
I mean, she's honest with you.
Yeah, that's true.
But see, but she's just saying the beard, not you as a whole.
Yeah, I think she likes. I was gonna say naked me. That's weird. She likes barefaced me, like authentic me.
Yes,
I don't think she likes naked me.
I've always been confident with how I look. I've never had any issues with it. Huh?
Sleeve.
Oh, does that bother you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's making me feel like you are less confident.
Okay. I mean, that wasn't really a confidence.
It makes me feel less confident in you.
Okay. So I've always felt good about myself, and I've never really cared. Like I've never looked in the mirror and been like, "Damn, I don't like
my
this.
face is jacked up."
Yeah, like I've never been like, "Oh fuck, like I have to go out in public today." But
I've definitely looked at the mirror with this mustache and been like, "Damn,
like people have to see me like this."
Yeah.
Fortunately, this has probably been the best time for you to grow out your beard.
I've been like hibernating. It's been awesome.
But like I was thinking, what if objectively I am like ugly and I just don't know it, or my brain doesn't accept it because I just have this confidence?
I think having confidence makes you more attractive, though.
That's true. But like confidence aside, like just a still photo of my face, what if I'm like really ugly to most people, but I don't know it and I don't think that, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
not that this leads anywhere. Yeah. I mean, it would just suck, but
I feel like people that have that personality makes them different. Like Jack Black, for example. Somehow we're back to Jack Black. I saw, dude, he had a TikTok the other day of him dancing, and I was like, it was the happiest I've been this entire time.
He's a cool guy.
And like, look, he's not a great looking dude, but because of how funny he is, like, he's a good looking dude.
I mean,
he's more like fun to look at.
Yeah,
because he like rocks it. He just rocks his shit.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
He's like, I'm this big dude with long hair and like a giant beard and like I'm not in great shape.
Yeah.
But he can still move.
Yeah.
He's got that confidence.
He's funny.
He's got that charisma. Yeah, he's funny.
That's a good way to put it. He's fun to look at. Like if there's someone who's like kind of ugly, but they're a super entertaining person, you still want to look at them.
If he was like a dick and he just wasn't confident.
Yeah.
And like just was sad. Like I don't want to look at that.
Yeah. So really, when you think about it, what is attractiveness?
Confidence.
Yeah, it's more confidence than it is appearance.
Yeah. Be confident in yourself.
That's good. Yeah, guys, be confident in
Coming from someone
yourself.
with like pubes on their face.
Yeah. If you can, if Kyle can look like that on camera,
If I can have a smile with this face that I currently have,
can do anything.
You guys can. Yeah, you can conquer the world.
So before we get too deep into this episode, I found something this morning, and I read the first like 3 lines, and I actually had a tear come out of my eye.
Oh.
But it wasn't like I was bawling laughing. It was like, for me at least, I have this thing where if I'm going to laugh hard and I'm trying to hold it in, it makes me cry. So if I'm like, oh my God, this is so funny, but like I
But
don't.
you weren't laughing?
Well, no, I was trying to like compose it, and the act of trying to hold it in makes me cry because I know it's going to be funny.
Okay.
So I want to read you guys. It's a like couple paragraphs, but it's this hypothetical situation here. Okay. So the title is, "What if I raise a kid to make them think they're a knight?" Okay.
We're saying like a knight, like
an armor and swords and shit. Okay.
Is that still a thing?
I don't think so.
Is the British Army called knights?
Is that really?
I don't know.
I don't think that's what they're called.
The Queen can knight people still, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I know that who is it? Like Elton John or someone got knighted.
Or like Paul McCartney's knighted. Like if you think about like who the knights are left on this earth, they're all just not great fighters.
Wait, is Elton John also like British?
I think so.
Okay. But Paul McCartney's the one who was like at the Super Bowl and they're
Sir
like,
Paul?
he's a knight. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
To be called Sir something, you have to be a knight, right?
Probably.
Is that I don't know.
I
don't know how any of the British things work.
I hate when people are like, you have to call me Dr. Blank. It's like, cool, you have your doctorate. Like, your name is still Steve.
I mean, yeah, if you're like a doctor,
that I get. Well, yeah, but if I'm talking to my doctor, I get that. But if you're like a substitute, we had a substitute teacher that always wanted to be called Dr.
Because he got
Blank.
his doctorate.
It's like, dude.
Yeah, but when you really think about it, it's like, let's say he funded college for himself. He probably invested like over $100,000.
Look at you now. You're a sub.
I know, but like...
Well, I get it. That would be cool to be called Dr. Stafford.
But like, I'm saying if he spent all this time and money and his heart and soul to become a doctor, and not many people in the world do it, like the least you can do is just give him that.
Yeah, but some people get like butthurt if you don't say doctor.
Yeah,
and it's like, all right, cool, dude, you're a doctor.
It's all just weird to me when there's like a philosopher, like someone who is not like an actual doctor that's like healing people or helping people.
They're like a different doctor.
They're like an intellectual doctor.
Yeah,
and they're like Dr. Sir blank, and I'm like, what does that mean? You got your doctorate, but in my mind you're not really a doctor.
Like doctor, you're not saving people's lives.
Yeah, we're basically just shitting on educated people, which is awesome. All right, so what if I raise a kid to make them think they're a knight? So let's say I'm rich and I buy out a bunch of land. I then construct a medieval kingdom on that land.
That would be so sick.
Have like hundreds of acres.
Have like a castle and like a moat and shit.
Yeah, what's a moat?
It's like a
river
around your castle. You fill it with crocodiles.
Yeah,
so anyone who gets in gets snapped.
Oh, all right. I then hire a bunch of actors to live in that kingdom. The actors are to wear medieval clothing and speak in medieval terminology.
This has to be illegal.
Oh yeah, I mean, well,
because I don't know if you're allowed. You're not. Are you allowed to like shield your child from the outside world? I feel like are you? That feels unethical.
I don't know. I know there's movies of people that like, and there's real people that like grow up in the woods.
That's true.
Like they're born there and their whole family lives out there.
Yeah. Okay.
One of my favorite movies ever. It's called Captain Fantastic, and it's about this family who their whole like they raised their kids in the middle of the woods, and then the wife died, and then all the kids, like they decided to basically leave this and go back into the real world. And it's weird, dude. Because imagine. You live in the woods your whole life.
I can't imagine.
And then you go out and you see like New York City and you're like, what the fuck is this?
It's like, have you seen the movie The Gods Must Be Crazy?
No.
We watched it in school. It's like where the African bush people, they
come to the U.S.?
Yeah, like the Coke bottle falls out of the air and then somehow.
Wait. Is it a documentary?
No.
Oh, wait. Do you remember in school we watched this documentary in history class and it was about these like 4 guys that basically like, I don't know where in Africa they're from, but they didn't know about like
other things,
like the new world and like all the civilization over here, and they were like basically brought over as like for them to like basically learn about life over here.
Yeah.
And like I remember they documented them like going on a plane for the first time and like trying
Probably
like
so scary.
certain foods for the first time.
I mean, that's crazy. Just imagine everything you know. That's like what I was saying when I was getting like super deep into like we don't even know what's around us.
Yeah.
Like we could be the bush people.
Yeah. Dude, did you see Jared Leto's tweet?
No.
Jared Leto is in like a leader of a weird cult.
He's a weird man.
He tweeted that this was like a couple weeks ago when Corona got really big, but he said this was like 2 weeks after everybody had been talking about it, and he tweeted like, "Oh my God, I just got out of like a 3-week silent meditation journey and and he's like, no one on this camp even knew of any of this happening because they were no internet, no contact to anyone. And so then they got back and they're like, what the fuck is going on?
He's probably just tripping balls for like 3 weeks.
Yeah. I don't know though, because he is silent.
You can trip silently.
But I think when you're tripping, I don't know if you have as much control over how silent you are.
Well,
if there's like a imaginary dragon trying to eat you, you're probably not going to be silent.
Yeah, but that's a bad trip. I think he might be doing like looking for like the oak spirit, like looking up a tree or something.
What's the oak spirit?
You know the oak spirit.
Yeah, I do. All right. I even have some actors pretend to be wizards. Those actors all get on one of those mini wrist flamethrower things so they can pretend to shoot fire. Oh, they don't get on one. They get one of those mini wrist flamethrower things. So it's like hidden.
So they're going to shoot fire at their child?
No, not at the child. It's just like
hey, I'm a wizard.
Yeah, to make the child believe that they are wizards.
All right.
You know, like there's those little hidden things that you can like shoot webs out of to look like Spider-Man.
Yeah, that child's going to be screwed when it gets into the real world.
Yeah, so occasionally I'll have some actors come to the kingdom to do a pretend attack, making the world feel more alive. Sometimes I'll even have a hologram dragon flying in the sky, and I'll have actors pretending to be archers pretending to attack it.
Damn.
And then I'll have the hollow dragon fly away in pain. So now I have a kingdom just like in fantasy stories. Okay? Follow?
Yeah. I understand, yeah.
Then I tell 2 of the peasant actors to get together and have a kid. That would be illegal.
Then that's starting a kingdom.
The kid is to never leave the kingdom. For the first 7 years, the kid is to work as a farmer at their parents' farm.
Yeah, let's just enslave this child.
Then, when the kid turns 8, I'll have the king actor select the kid to become a knight. From that point on, the kid is to go under real sword training and defend the kingdom from the pretend attacks and from other fake kingdoms. The kid is to be taught to be merciful, so they won't actually kill any actors, only take them prisoner.
Well, that's good. What if the kid gets carried away and like slays an actor?
Yeah. That could happen.
Yeah, that would happen.
All right. When the kid turns 25. 25?
What's not a kid anymore.
Imagine.
You're 25
we have
and
to
you
wait
think
3 more years before we find out this is a scam.
Yeah, I've been been getting attacked by hologram dragons, and like I think wizards are like shooting fire out of their hands. Damn.
I'll use hidden smoke machines to cover the kid's vision. Wait, what?
What?
When the kid turns 25 years old, I'll use hidden smoke machines to cover the kid's vision. Then I'll quickly wheel in a fridge. Then I'll run away to remain hidden.
So smoke him out and then put a fridge in his room.
And then it's gonna like appear like a magician.
Oh.
You know, like poof.
Yeah, okay.
There's a fridge.
Okay. Probably doesn't even know what a fridge is.
Exactly. By this point, the smoke will have cleared out. So now there's a fridge and the kid doesn't know what it is. Then the fridge opens and on the inside is a person. The person is dressed in 2044 fashion and speaks in 2044 terminology. It'll be 2044 by the time the kid turns 25. So the fridge person is just a person from the modern day. You follow?
Yeah.
Okay. The fridge person, who is an actor, will say, "Oh snap, it worked. My time machine worked. I gotta take you with me to show everyone." The person will then drag the kid with him into the fridge. How big of a fridge are we talking?
Also, you're gonna drag this kid. This kid knows how to sword fight. This kid's gonna fuck you up.
He's just not gonna willingly go into your fridge.
Yeah, this kid's gonna kill the actor.
This has gotta be like an industrial size fridge. And the person will pretend to push some button on the inside of the fridge, which is him pretending to lock the door and setting a destination. Now, I'll lock the fridge from the outside. So
you're gonna lock 2 people in a fridge.
Lock this kid into the fridge.
This kid has the worst life.
I'll then load the fridge onto my truck and drive to a normal city. Then I'll put the fridge down on the sidewalk, unlock it, and drive away. Now the kid is in a 2044 city.
So now you're just screwing this kid's life up.
Yeah,
just
so
dump him off on the street and be like, all right,
yeah, so
figure it out.
the hypothetical is like, what would happen to this kid?
It's kind of like the Truman Show, but medieval and no one else is watching.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because all the replies to this on Reddit were like, that's basically the Truman Show, but like worse even.
Dude, imagine like you think you see an iPhone for the first time and you think like the greatest technology is like the sword or something.
Yeah. You have like a bow and arrow.
Yeah. Dude.
And dude, if it's medieval, he probably hasn't even got to shower.
Yeah, he probably smells like shit.
Bathes in like a gross pond.
Yeah. And he speaks like ye old English.
Like what's just like weird words
that
we
like,
don't use anymore.
I doth forget the time we got to get. I don't fucking know.
Like Shakespearean sort of. But
yeah, that's what medieval.
When was Shakespeare?
1200s, 13. I have no idea. I don't have a single.
That
clue.
sounds really early.
1300s, Shakespeare.
Is that what you're placing your bet?
Yeah, but that feels so wrong.
When did Shakespeare die?
1387.
I'm gonna say like 1680.
1387.
1616. We're like 300 years off.
Kind of off. That's all right.
That's actually crazy.
When was the plague?
Plague? Why'd you say it like?
When was the plague?
All right. Wait, which plague? The bubonic plague?
Mm-hmm.
What's your guess?
The Black Plague. Oh, 1739. No, 1452. 1208.
What are you saying? Pick one.
1452.
All right. It says the Black Plague was a devastating global epidemic, blah, 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 that struck Europe and Asia in the mid-1300s. The plague arrived in Europe in October 1347. Yo, I don't know why I always thought this stuff was like more recent.
The plague?
Or why do you keep saying it? Like,
what do you say?
Plague.
Plague.
You said plague.
Plague. Whatever. You say bagel or bagel?
Bagel.
Yeah, I hate fucking bagel.
I don't know anyone who says bagel.
I've heard bagel.
I don't know. It's crazy to me that we would always read Shakespeare, like for school.
That's why it's so fucking hard to read.
In 1600.
Think about like, we think that's like ye old English. What is it going to be like 300, assuming that we're still alive?
Yeah.
300 years from now, like what are they going to talk like?
Yeah. I mean, because there's already a lot of the way we speak now is slang for the most part. It's not like real things we say.
Even if you compare it to like what they sounded like in the 40s where it's like, oh, wow, look at little Johnny Go. He's really going for it today. Yeah. Like that's how they talked.
But like, do you think that everybody talked like that, or was that just like how the actors would play? Because we've only seen footage from like movies and stuff.
I don't know.
So maybe like in their home, they didn't go like, "Oh, gee, Willikers, honey," but maybe they did. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hard to say.
I keep getting distracted. My mustache is like getting in my mouth.
Yeah, you can every time you close your lips, you can just feel it resting on your bottom lip, kind of.
Yep. It sticks to my chapstick.
Have you caught yourself like touching your face a lot more?
Yeah, I should stop doing that.
Is it itchy?
Yeah. It's not good. I don't like it. There's one hair on like in particular.
I do think though, in the long run, this month will have benefited your facial hair development.
I hope so.
I think it'll come in fuller. Maybe not still the best, but I think if you do this
over and over,
maybe once a year.
Try this exercise once a year.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it every November.
Yeah. So if you were this kid and this happened to you, what do you you had to guess, what do you think would happen? Because all the replies to this were like, that kid would be fucked.
Yeah, that kid would be fucked. Either that, or if he can harness his like medieval side, he could become a great like movie writer. He could make like the new Game of Thrones.
He could be like a performer, or like in one of those freak shows. It's like we got Elephant Man, we got Horsewoman,
we have Medieval Boy,
and Medieval Boy,
or like, what's that? LARPing.
Yeah,
like he'd be into LARPing. He'd love to LARP. He'd find his LARP community.
I feel like he'd actually be ashamed of LARPers because they don't use real stuff. They use like foam stuff.
Yeah.
So he'd be like, I've killed dogs with this sword, and you guys are using foam ones?
You think he was like killing people though?
Well,
I don't think people were actually getting killed in this medieval thing because you can't just hire an actor and stab him.
That's why I said dogs. Like he's probably hunting animals.
Oh.
right?
You're
I mean,
eating
if it's
dogs and
medieval,
killing-
what are they? They can't go to the grocery store. They're gonna be killing things.
This kid doesn't fucking know. He could think a grocery store is real. Well,
Wait, what? No, I'm saying, but like this kid had to eat in the medieval time.
yeah,
So their food must have
like
been
a
hunted.
rabbit or something. Not a dog. You're
Okay.
not killing dogs.
Or like a wolf. A wolf is a dog. I don't think
I don't
if
think
people
you,
ate
like,
wolves
kill
though.
wolves and eat them. I don't think you go out of your way to eat a wolf.
Dude, think about how hard it would have been to learn hunting. But before there was like,
Yeah, being
People
the
that
first
could
guy
teach
to
you
just
how to
kill
hunt?
something.
or how to like just live in the wilderness on your own.
Yeah, think about how many people died from like eating poisonous shit, and then I guess that's how they learn, is because like some
Yeah.
idiots like starts munching on these leaves or these berries and then dies.
My dad has a theory. He's convinced that people that were convicted of crimes, like back then, they just like kill people for stuff all the time. So he's like, I think they would give foods that they didn't know
Like
to the
test stuff on people.
prisoners, and if they died, they just died, and if they didn't die, they would kill them anyways.
They tested drugs on people. I don't know if it was like prisoners or if it was like regular people, but I know people got like LSD. Like there's a thing in Stranger Things I think about. Maybe that lady was like LSD tested or something.
Wait,
Like,
was it
Seven's mom, or what the fuck's her name? 11? 13?
7, 11?
Yeah, 11.
Wait, she was. Oh yeah, yeah. She like voluntarily signed up to be like
Yeah.
a part of a test group for money.
Yeah, so people did that. It's kind of like Black Mirror a little bit. Like I've
Yeah,
seen an episode
there's
like
an-
that.
Is that Black Mirror where like
there's one where they get like plugged in the head with like a video game and then he gets like stuck in there.
that was horrifying?
I know.
Bro. Black Mirror is such a good show.
Nothing's getting plugged into my head.
If VR got so good to the point where
Nothing
You
is
hear me?
getting plugged into my head.
But like, let's say everybody it's like a cell phone. Like everybody has their state of the art VR headset, okay? And you use it all the time. Everybody's familiar with it, like a phone. It's always with you.
So we're just not even gonna live in the present.
No, you can, but it's like
I'm a loser if I do.
it's like a game. Like at night,
right.
everyone gets home, they put on their
put on
headset.
the VR set and they're
Yeah.
running around the house.
Now, this is like going from the original Xbox to the Xbox 360. So they say our new iteration of the VR headset, you're not even going to have this headset. It's just going to be you put a little USB chip, you just plug it in the back of your head.
That means you got to get surgery to like get that, you know? I'm not
So
doing
you're not
that.
doing it?
No.
You're going to be the guy that doesn't get the Xbox One.
Yes.
You're going to be stuck on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, I'll be playing with my like regular VR.
But what if crossplay doesn't work?
That sucks. I'll be playing by myself. Nothing's getting plugged into my head.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Would you get something plugged into your head?
Yeah, if it
No.
was like tested and like reliable.
Of course they tested and it's reliable. That's how they get you. Haven't you seen Black Mirror, John?
But who's they? Who's gonna
Bad-
benefit from
bad-
getting the whole world to? Well, I guess anyone who wants to control the whole world.
Yeah. Some nerd that like wants revenge on everyone.
Yeah.
There's evil nerds. There's evil everybody. Like you can't trust people these days.
I've never met an evil nerd. Actually,
I don't know if I've
think
met
a lot of,
any
like-
evil people.
a lot of
Like just super people, like people that are just straight up evil.
yeah. I don't know if I've ever met someone who's truly evil. I think it's rare for someone to be a truly evil person at their core.
Yeah, I'm thinking like serial killers.
Yeah.
Those are evil people.
Do you have anyone in your mind that stands out as like the worst human you've ever met personally?
I don't know.
Like I don't think I've ever met like someone who's like murdered someone or
Yeah, like the closest thing I could think of are people that were just super like disrespectful and just like assholes.
yeah. But like in the grand scheme of things, that's not even that bad.
Yeah.
I know some people that like used to be like addicts of things, but that's not even comparable to anything like that. Lots of people have gone through that shit. So like
Yeah, I don't know.
I
if
don't
it
think
makes you
I've
a
really
bad
met that
person.
many bad people.
That's good. Maybe you have. You just didn't know.
Yeah. I know. I wonder if
Could've walked
sometimes
down
I'm
the
walking
street.
down the street, I walk past some guy that's like killed his wife last night and no one knows.
Yeah.
They put her in a big bag,
Yeah.
took her out to a dumpster.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's true.
Anything's possible. Kyle,
John.
happy April Fool's Day.
Thank you.
What do you think about April Fools? How do you feel about it? You haven't fooled me yet today, and I'm not sure how to read you because maybe you got something
You haven't
planned.
fooled me either.
Don't be so sure.
You shouldn't be so sure. I don't know. I don't remember the last time I like pulled like a giant April Fool's Day prank on somebody.
Have you ever pulled an April Fool's Day prank?
I don't know. I don't know that I've ever gone out of my way and like planned something.
Okay.
I've been like, hey, like I hate you. Ah, April Fools.
Yeah, but you've never took it upon yourself to prep something and trick people.
Not that I remember. No.
Okay.
It's pretty lame.
I might have told it last year around April Fools, but I think I've told it at one point. But I did for those of you who are new around here, I've only done one prank ever, and it was really dumb. But I knew April Fools was coming up, and this was in 5th grade, and I was really, maybe 4th. I was really into the idea of April Fool's Day, and so I got my mom's old boot from when she broke her foot, clearly way too big for a 4th grader, and I put it on, and then I went to school like a week before, and everyone's like, oh my God, he's in a boot. And like back then, if you were hurt, it was cool.
Yeah, it's like, oh, let's sign his boot.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
but it wasn't even, it wasn't one of those that you could
Signing cast was cool, though. Like, you get like a girl to sign your cast.
I never had a cast.
I didn't either. But I always got jealous and was like, damn, I wish I broke my arm.
I wish I knew what it felt like when someone has a cast and then they stick a pencil in to itch something. I can just... Oh.
Like, I've worn... Yeah, actually, I had like a splint on my thumb and I would do that. Like, I broke my thumb, but... Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, that water bottle smells really bad.
That's good.
All my water bottles smell like shit.
Mine are starting to smell bad.
It's so annoying.
Mine don't smell like shit. Mine just like smell like
old water.
Like my BCAs.
Oh,
but like that's bad BCAs.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I wash this water bottle so hard. Like, I'll wash it once a week. I'll wash it by hand. Then I'll put it in the dishwasher, wash it in there, and it comes out, still smells like shit.
You got to get new ones.
I know, man. So I wore this boot for a week leading up to April Fool's, and I told everybody, I vividly remember, I told them I broke my foot playing baseball because someone hit a foul ball, and I was running for it. And there's like on those shitty like kids fields, there's like
chain link fence.
Yeah, there's like the chain link fence. And I told them that I like climbed halfway up.
I made
like a small chain link fence, and I went for it. But then I told them my foot got caught in one of the diamonds of the chain link fence, and that like my body went over, but my foot didn't.
I don't know how that would break your foot. I feel like that would break, like tear your Achilles or like tear your ACL or something.
Yo, can the elementary school kids tear their ACL?
Yeah, I know somebody who did.
Really?
Yeah, in like middle school.
I've never heard. Okay, but middle school.
That's because there's probably not enough like contact and weight going on it to.
Yeah, and it's probably still like sort of jello-y, like not as.
Yeah, dude,
stable.
Kids can do weird things with their legs, like not just their legs, but like kids can do like weird things where they're like fucking like dislocating both their shoulders and like, dude, look what I can do, Dad.
I used to sit like in such a weird crisscross applesauce.
I can't even sit crisscross applesauce anymore.
I actually, it's weird. That's still like a really comfortable way for me to sit.
Oh my God. Holy shit, dude. My hip mobility is so bad.
Oh. Wow, you really can't even get one foot up there? Oh, there you go. How's that feel?
It feels so uncomfortable. I'm gonna sit like this.
Probably don't do that.
Oh, all right.
Yo, there's some gamer girls, like some streamers that I don't know why, but girls just sit.
They have good
in like weird ways and like are flexible. There's this one girl that's this streamer. She sits with both of her feet like this at her desk, and she plays like this. Like all day.
I can't do that.
That's like her most comfortable position.
I don't even think I could get my legs up. Oh my God, this is bad. I need to stretch, dude. Oh,
dude. Wow.
Never been more spinning around. All right.
Yeah, check out the YouTube version of our show, guys. Great content over here on YouTube. So, yeah, I told them I broke my foot diving for a ball. I don't even think I told them that I caught the ball. I think I just told them I went for it.
I feel like it's hard to believe a 4th grader is climbing a fence to like make a play. Like there's especially 4th grade John playing baseball.
Exactly.
Like not his sport.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think at that time parents in 4th grade can look at kids playing sports and be like, this sport's not for him?
Yeah, I can do that. You can tell.
But there's a certain age where it's like everyone is shit.
At what age do you think that kind of shine through a little bit? But there's people that are like sucked in rec basketball and then they like just got good.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm just curious. When I was playing, do you think other kids in 4th grade were like, this kid's dog shit at baseball?
It sucks. I don't remember you playing baseball, so I couldn't really tell. I could imagine it wasn't great.
I remember I got one. honestly, the only memory I have of playing baseball games ever was I got one double.
That's how you know you're bad.
That's all I remember.
You had one double.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It was awesome.
okay.
I was thrilled.
That's good.
Yeah, I looked in the stands. I saw my mom just like going nuts.
She was just like crying because finally John got a hit.
Yeah.
She woke up from a nap watching him play.
So, anyways, I apparently broke my foot going for this catch, and then I wore it for a week. But then April Fool's Day happened, and everybody was expecting me to take it off, like it was a joke.
Was it the kind of thing where like no one noticed or cared, and you're like, guys, look, my foot's better, and no one's like, oh.
Well, that's what I thought they were going to be anticipating me to take it off, so I didn't. So I went for like another 3 days.
And then your mom like say like, okay, John.
She thought I was having fun, so I was like, Mom, like I'm gonna trick everyone. And then on like April 3rd or 4th, I went in without it, but no one cared because they thought he's been wearing this shit for 2 weeks. Yeah. He probably just healed his broken foot by now.
I remember that. Yeah,
and then I took it off and I was like, oh, I tricked you guys, and they're like, so
joke's on you. You wore a boot for 3 weeks, like.
Yeah.
Damn. So John kind of broke his foot. Maybe you did break your foot.
Maybe.
Did you like have like a placebo effect where you thought like maybe it was starting to hurt?
I don't know. I can't really remember.
Maybe I did break my foot.
But they do say that if you like are hurt, if you believe you're really hurt, you'll start to feel hurt. Or if you like
feel sick.
Are sick, but you like really focus on your body feeling better, like really hard, that your mind can like self-heal. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, if you have coronavirus, just tell yourself that you're fine, and then you'll be fine.
Yeah, I had a phase where I just was like, it's all mental.
Yeah,
with a lot of things.
Annoying phase.
I still, in a sense, I really do believe that sentiment. I think a lot of things in life are mental. A lot of them aren't, but a lot of them are.
Give me a mental example.
Like if you like are lifting, or let's say you're doing a competition and you're trying to like beat out somebody in sports.
Yeah.
And you're like dying, and you really think that like if you do one more sprint you're gonna like actually pass out. Most of the time you could do it again and you won't pass out. So it's like that part is like all mental. You could just power through. You think you gotta stop, but you don't.
There's like moms that like lift cars like to save a baby. Like, dude, imagine like you get that little burst of adrenaline and you like lift into fucking car and you put it down, you're like, damn,
yeah, dude, there's stories of people like lifting wild shit to like save someone, but I think that's more than like a little adrenaline. I think that's like maximum adrenaline you'll ever get in your whole life. Like that's actually
like the adrenaline
a
of a
superpower.
lifetime. Yeah. You'll never have that again. It's like all adrenaline is gone now. You used all of it.
Yeah. And I'm curious if the strongest human on the planet, like Thor or whatever that guy.
Oh yeah.
That huge guy who's like 7'2",
you
like
sparring with
500 pounds.
Conor McGregor.
No, what?
Dude, him and
he was sparring?
Yeah, dude, he like McGregor was just like throwing a bunch. He's like really quick. So he's like throwing punches like to this guy's like stomach or whatever, and he was just like coming after him, trying to like grab him and like take him down, but like McGregor was so fast, he was like getting away, and like it was weird, dude.
That's awesome. Was that recently or like?
Yeah, it was on like I saw it over Twitter.
That's funny. But a guy like him, who's like literally, I think he's like the strongest man on the planet. If he was to like have his like wife get in a car wreck, and then if they could measure how much weight he could lift if he was on full adrenaline,
I can't even imagine. He would literally lift a semi truck. He could like tip it over. He's like Mr. Incredible.
Picks it up and just throws it.
Dude,
people are crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So happy April Fool's Day, everybody. I actually wanted to real quick. I don't know the origin of April Fool's Day, so I kind of wanted to look it up. And
I don't know. I think it's a medieval holiday. Some kid thought like pretended he was a dragon or something, or a wizard.
1572.
Wow, really?
April Fool's Day is an annual custom on April 1st consisting of practical jokes and hoaxes. Jokesters often expose their actions by shouting April Fools at the recipient. Mass media can be blah, 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 blah.
I know what April Fool's is.
The day is not a publicly holiday. The day is not a public holiday in any country except Odessa in Ukraine. So Ukraine actually like officially celebrates it.
Day off of school. It's April Fool's Day.
Where the 1st April is an official city holiday.
Wow.
I like Wikipedia, but it's like I wish they just give me like one sentence summary, not like a 9 paragraphs, because I can't find the answer very quickly. I'm going to go to historychannel.com.
I've learned that if you have to read that much when you're researching something, you should just stop.
What do you mean?
Like if you can't find it that quickly, you just give up. I no longer care.
I thought you meant when you said like I've learned, I thought you meant like you learn in a class that statistically there's like some.
I guess I did learn that in class because I would just stop.
Some historians speculate that April Fool's Day dates back to 1582 when France switched from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar.
And they were like April Fools.
As called for blah, blah, blah. The new year. In the Julian calendar, as in the Hindu calendar, the new year began in the spring equinox around April 1st. Oh, so this used to be New Year's. So maybe it's like, hey, we're getting fucked up on New Year's. Let's do some wild shit.
April Fools.
These pranks, including having paper fish placed on their backs and being referred to as April fish, said to symbolize a young, easily caught fish and a gullible person.
That's so stupid.
So they'd put paper fish on people's backs?
Is that the April Fool's joke?
I don't know. I don't really know.
How did this turn into this?
I don't know, but here we are. So happy April Fool's Day, everybody.
Happy April Fool's Day.
Did I say that weird?
Yeah.
Do you ever avoid opening text messages for days at a time? For like, and you don't really know why, but your subconscious,
like a certain person or just like a certain message you don't want to read?
Both. Do you ever put them off, or will you like it, as soon as you get a message, you'll just open it, deal with it?
I'll put it off. Usually not a couple days. If I don't reply after like a couple days, either I just don't want to talk to you, or I completely forgot and opened it and then like did something else and meant to reply. I've
had a text in my phone that like. It's not even bad. It's not like I'm in a fight with anyone. It's like I've just had a text from this person who like I just don't want to. I just don't want to bother with it right now.
What does the message say? Oh, maybe they're listening.
Well, no, it's a voice message.
Oh,
so it's like.
Well, you had that voice message from like over a year ago that you never responded to.
Wait, what?
For one of our friends' dads.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck, dude. Yeah. One of my friends, our best friend's dad, needed me to help him with something.
Yeah, and you just never responded.
And I never responded.
And here we are over a year later.
Yeah. Hey, well, maybe clearly I couldn't have helped him, I guess. Well, I could have.
Maybe he still needs your help. Maybe the invitation's
I'll
still
reach
open.
out now, yeah. No, but it's this one of my friends, like I was kind of talking shit, but like I was joking, but like I was, just some banter. And then they sent me something back, and I just know that when I open it, I'm going to be like it's just like, those feelings where it's like, I don't want to deal with this
like
right now.
We're still doing this? We're still talking shit? Like that kind of thing?
No, it's more of like, I
don't want to talk to you.
No, it's
like. You can just not respond. You don't have to like feel bad about it.
No, I know, but I'm just, something about as soon as I open the text, I'll deal with it. And I'll open it and I'll be like, all right, I'm going to address this. And it's not even like a bad thing. It's just like, I don't want to spend the mental energy to even think about this right now.
Well, let's spend it right now. We'll work through it together.
Well, no, because I don't want to play their voice message.
Oh,
but
that's right.
I don't know.
I don't know how to help you, John.
I'm just curious if anyone else can relate. You don't do that?
Like, I wouldn't put it off for a couple days.
Let's say you're texting your sister. Okay. I do this with my sister sometimes.
Yeah, I've not responded to my sister a million times.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, hey, can you, or she texts me and is like, all right, can you drop something off at my house? Because it's over there and I need it over here. Can you drop it off sometime this week? Okay. She sends that on Monday. And I've seen it. Like, I've seen how you can read the first couple lines?
Yeah, can you drop off blank?
Exactly.
And you're like, I don't want to.
And I don't want to. So instead of looking at it and then thinking about it, and then maybe responding the next day, I literally won't open it for like 5 days, and then I'll open it at some point when I have nothing else to do. I'm like, okay, now I'm willing to address this text that doesn't sound very fun.
Okay. I mean,
so that's what I do a lot, and I've noticed that.
Do you get double texted a lot then because of that? Like someone's like, did you see this?
No, I think a lot of times people think that I don't want to talk to them because I also have my read receipts on.
Yeah, see, that's why I can like look at something and then not reply.
Yeah, I should.
Just why do you have them on? You psycho.
It's like I like the thrill of. I like knowing that if I want to basically give a middle finger to someone via text, I can.
You can turn them on for certain people. You can just see it and then be like,
Really?
oh, red receipt for that person.
Where? Wait.
Yeah, you go to the look. I'll go to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Click on your name, info, send red receipts.
You should turn them on so I know when you're ignoring
Nope.
you bitch.
Nope.
But yeah, man, I don't know. This quarantine has made me learn a lot about myself.
What have you learned?
I've learned a lot, actually. I texted you the other day, like, yo, this sucks. It's only been a couple weeks, and this quarantine shit is already, like, it sucks.
Yeah.
But in another sense, I've actually had, in weird ways, some of the most fun I've had in a long time.
Yeah, I've had I've been dancing a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send another video of, well, probably won't be shown to the public, maybe someday. But I've just been making like dancing videos. You know, like you got to pass the time somehow. I'm in my room, a song comes on, and I'm like, you know, starting to move a little bit, and I'm like, I guess I'll just film this.
Yeah. As much as Kyle might want to claim he's not into the TikTok trend, it's seeping into him, and he's just doing it, but he's not doing it on TikTok. He's doing it via Snapchat.
And my thing is like, I'm not doing the TikTok dances. Like I'm not like, you know, doing that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just making my own wave.
You're creating your own path. But that's what I'm saying. You could go viral on TikTok with your original dances.
I don't know that I want to.
You don't want to go viral?
I mean, that'd be dope, but like, I don't know if I want like, that's the reason that I'm going viral is because like I'm a shitty white guy dancing. You know?
Yeah, but you know, all publicity is good publicity. What is the saying?
All publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
That's not true, though. I could have killed somebody
okay.
and I would go viral.
All right.
It's bad.
But if you had some shitty dance moves and you went viral because you were dog shit, but in your bio it had @Pim's podcast, and then people came and listened to the podcast, I think that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, unless they just come to just shit on me more.
Yeah. But I think
that I'm like, next thing I know, I'm Star Wars Kid. That didn't go well for Star Wars Kid.
Star Wars Kid?
Yeah, the Star Wars Kid.
Huh?
It was like early YouTube days. Like he posted a video of him like pretending to have like a lightsaber.
I don't know. He might have got paid from that shit. Bro, how many? It
Mm.
probably got like millions of views.
Well, no, I think it was before that. But like, I remember there's a scene in The Office where they're
making fun of him.
Well, no, like Andy like had to go to like rehab for like people who like went viral in a bad way. It's like Star Wars Kid was there. So,
all right. I'm just saying. I think you sent one of the D'Angelo Vickers.
Yeah,
and I think people would like that. You know.
It's true. It was a pretty good drug routine.
It wasn't cringeworthy. It was just like, wow, he's really bored.
Yeah. That's what I've resorted to like occupy my time is like video games and like dancing.
Yeah, we bought Monopoly on the Xbox.
Probably not a great purchase.
No, I mean, I knew going in, I'm like, we're going to buy this. We're going to think it's going to be fun. We're going to play it once.
I won, so I had a good time.
And we're never going to touch it again. And that is exactly what has happened.
Yeah. Maybe we'll return.
But it was $15 for like an hour and a half with friends.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it's like you go into a bowling alley.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, I don't know. This quarantine has sucked, but in a lot of ways I've had a lot of like weird fun. I cleaned out my entire office where I edit and like work from. It used to have a bunch of like tons of boxes. You couldn't even hardly walk around because it's like when we moved out, my sister, when she moved to college, and like when I moved rooms, there's just like a bunch of boxes of weird family shit that we don't know where else to put. Cleaned it all out. Now I got this whole office. And I'm like, wow, that felt really good. You know?
Up at the top of the stairs, that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know what else to do. So the last couple nights, Shim has come over and we've watched a movie. Well, not last night, but for 3 nights in a row, he'd come over and we just watched a movie. It wasn't even like a whole thing. It was just like, I'm sitting there. He walks in, he walks over, sits on the couch, turn on a movie, don't really talk the whole time, watch a movie, he goes home, and it's like,
you're 6 feet apart.
Yeah, and I love, like, I'm a big movie guy, and so for me, like, if the quarantine wasn't going on, there wouldn't be a 3-night in a row movie night.
That's true.
Watching like quality movies, and he kept wanting to watch thriller movies, which are like my favorite, so we were watching good movies, and it's like I have very few obligations. There's something cool about this.
Yeah, but I also really miss having obligations and going to like, I miss going to work. I miss working.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right now.
Just not feeling like a piece of shit.
Yeah, I wake up and like there's what am I supposed to, I don't know what to do. Like I work out in my room. There's no space to work out in my room. I don't have like any equipment. Then I play like Xbox.
Read a book. You feel productive.
Nah, I don't want to.
I know you don't want to, but you feel productive. And you told me you didn't want to read, and then you read a book and you really liked it.
Yeah, but that was the old me. This is the new me.
The new you has resorted back to not liking to read.
I don't know. I just can't get myself to read. Like maybe I just haven't reached that level.
No one wants to read. Like I don't want to read, but then I do it, and then I feel like reading for me is the best thing when if I have nothing to do and I feel like a piece of shit. I'll read because even though I'm not doing anything, I'm literally sitting looking at a page. You feel like you've accomplished something. And then I feel better.
All right.
That's what I'm just saying. You got all the time in the world.
That's correct. I do have all the time in the world. I'm forcing myself to wake up earlier now because I've gotten into a routine of sleeping in. So alarm.
But then you wake up and then you're like sitting there and you're like, well.
That happened the other day. I woke up and I was like, I could just go back to sleep.
Yeah, man. So many people are in the same boat. It's weird.
There's probably people that are worse. There's people that have probably turned nocturnal at this point.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people, like I saw tweets where it's like my new sleep schedule is like 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. or something.
That sounds terrible.
I don't even if I'm not leaving my house, I don't like being up in the middle of the night. There's nothing redeeming about that. It's like it's dark. You can't see shit unless you have all the lights on.
That's when like the best Netflix is watched though.
Is it? Why? What about it?
I don't know. It's just like something about being up late.
Were you ever?
I'd rather watch Netflix at like when it's dark. Like I'd rather watch TV when it's dark than when it's light.
That's true. Yeah, I'd rather watch a show. Like I'd rather get engulfed in a show at nighttime.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why is that?
Because you're more like stationary. During the day, you should be getting up and moving around. When you're at night, kind of settling down, you should get under your blanket. Anyone that doesn't like sit on a couch and have a blanket on is psychotic. If you don't have blankets on your couch, what are you doing?
Dude, there's people who don't own blankets in their house.
I have so many blankets.
I got like 7 at least.
I have 3 in my room, and I don't even use them.
And when I'm on my couch, I never have just one. I got 2.
You'll double
maybe
stack.
even a third on the side. You ever hook it around your face so you have like it's like a hood
like
almost?
a sleeping bag basically.
Yeah, but you got a vision of the TV.
I can't say I've done that. Yeah. I have a go-to blanket that like I'm bummed like if I walk into the room and someone else is using it, I'm like,
yeah,
get my blanket.
Bro, no blanket people are weird.
Yeah.
Psychos.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Also, I've learned in this quarantine, my family's been gone. Like I live at home and it's just been me at home because they're not here. So I can kind of do whatever I want with temperature of the house. And I've learned most guys prefer a colder house and a colder room and then like layering up. But for me, I like it.
You like it hot?
No, I like it like really cold. I like my house to the point where I have to wear sweats and a hoodie inside.
I don't like that.
And so the whole break, I've just been like, I don't know. Like, obviously, my body temperature is probably the same as if I just had the house at a normal temperature without the hoodie.
What are you setting it to?
I don't know. I don't know what it's at, but like I don't turn the heater on. So I wake like when I try and go to sleep though, my room is like cold. My feet are cold. But once I get to sleep, I feel so much better if the room around me is really cold. So
that I understand. Like I don't want to sleep I don't like sleeping in the summer where you just gotta like take all your blankets off and it's just like a sheet on you. That sucks.
Not good.
Right.
Yeah, man. Should we hop into the segments here?
Sure. Are we already there?
We're at 51 minutes.
Damn. Okay.
All right. Today, if you guys are new around here, we have some segments for Mondays and some segments for Thursdays. So today we have A and F of the week and movie time with John. So, Kyle, who is your A this week?
Goats.
Okay.
There's a group of There's a group of goats that like moved into an empty town that's on lockdown. Like there's a herd of goats have moved into a town in Wales. And like they're just like living life outside and everyone's stuck inside. And they've like taken over.
It's kind of cool.
That's pretty badass.
So I wonder if they're doing that because of the coronavirus. But I don't know how that would affect their habitat.
What, the goats?
Yeah, like why would the goats have moved into this town?
Because they fucking can. They probably want to live there, and there's people walking around now. They don't give a fuck, and they walk right in, and they're like, "Suck my dick. You're stuck inside. I'm a goat. I'm gonna eat your lawn."
I don't know why, but whenever I just hear of goats, I just like they're funny. They're funny animals to me.
Yeah. Like I just picture a goat like eating grass and like looking up at someone that's inside. Like, yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
I picture like Donkey from Shrek, but like a little more like derpy.
Yeah, when I picture a goat, I picture Donkey.
I do. Are you being sarcastic?
Yeah, because he's a donkey.
I literally picture Donkey, but as a goat.
Okay.
Like they're very similar.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
get what you're saying. Yeah, right.
And
he's got like some buck teeth.
yeah, I don't know. That's kind of cool. So they like, but what exactly do we mean by they've taken over? Like they're
just like
the
all
streets?
over. Yeah, they're like on the streets. Like, you see that thing about like Putin releasing lions? Was that real?
I didn't see that, but I'm gonna assume that's not.
I hope
real.
it wasn't real. I saw a tweet that was like Putin released like lions to get people to stay inside, but I hope that's not. I don't think that's
like
true.
An Onion article or something.
Yeah, probably. I hope so.
All right, I have 2 A's this week. First of all, Zoom, the company Zoom.
Have you Zoomed before?
I have Zoomed. I've Zoomed with my family twice during this break. I knew about Zoom before all of this, but before this shit, I think they were just like some rando website. Like people use them for business. Like I know a lot of companies use them for like business calls, but bro, I think apparently their stock has just skyrocketed. And I saw someone I know on Instagram put on their story. A lot of websites have like chat rooms where you can basically message people who are like customer support people, and then you wait for them to respond. He messaged them a question, and it said he was 500th in line, like in the queue. Dude. That there was 499 other people in front of him messaging them. And I just can only imagine. I think Zoom has probably won the most out of this whole coronavirus situation.
And toilet paper and hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
If you bought stock in like Purell.
All of the above. Yeah. So shout out to Zoom. Also, the world's oldest man on the planet turned 112 the other day.
Wow.
In isolation.
Where is he?
I think he's American. His name is Bob Waiton. So it's also just so
that
classic.
Guy's probably fought in like 10 different wars.
I'll look it up.
112 years ago. So 1908.
He lived through the other
So
flu.
he's been through two. Oh, yeah. And he's been through World War I and II. And the Korean War and Vietnam and the Cold War and Iraq.
Whoa. Holy shit. Sorry, this isn't the... I'll find the article. I found the article of Bob, but when I looked up oldest man in the world, there's this guy named Jiriomon Kimura, and he was the oldest person to ever live, and he lived from 1875 to 1997. He was 122 years old and 164 days.
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
What do you do? Yeah, dude, all of his friends are dead.
Yeah, that's what's sad about being the oldest person ever is like literally every person you have met or could have ever met like in your life,
in your generation
is dead.
Yeah, imagining outlasting everybody. Like you are the last person. Like if we get to be living in like the 2100s, we will be like some of the few people from the 1900s, like that were born in the 1900s.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. And look at him, dude. He looks so healthy. This is Bob, the oldest man on the planet. And he doesn't even look that old.
He doesn't look that old. Yeah, he's got hair.
Yeah. He looks like pretty...
Why is he holding a picture of...
It's a book.
That's that queen, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Queen Elizabeth?
Oh, he's British. Wait. Yeah, he's British.
Okay.
Yeah, so Robert Waiton, born 1908.
That guy's 112.
He is the new title holder for the Guinness World Record, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I mean, nothing really else. I mean, the article said that he spent his birthday in isolation because of quarantine. So,
I wonder what the most generations of people in one family are. Like, how many greats of grandparents are in one person's family? Like, what's the most You know,
Like
you get what I'm saying?
alive, or you just mean ever?
Like that's ever happened where like they've been alive at the same time. Like this is my great 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 grandma.
I mean, I don't think
Like
that would
theoretically, if everyone had a kid at 15, you could go for a while, but that would be a fucked up family.
I mean, yeah. All right, let's just say everyone had a kid when they were 20, just for easy math.
Okay, so
there's a mom and a kid.
So there's baby, there's mom is 20, grandma is 40,
great grandma's 60, great
grandma's
80, great
grandma's 100.
grandma's 100.
I feel like great is like
That's
you gotta have
really
kids at like 12, like a couple different times,
Yeah.
and you have to live a long ass time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious, man. I don't know. I'm sure there's probably something about that, but I don't want to try and find that
That's
right
okay.
now. Anyway, so yeah, shout out to Bob Waiton. Good for you. Way to stay inside, because if you go outside, you're probably dead. Kyle, who's your F this week?
John Bones Jones.
What
He got
happened?
arrested again. I think he was like driving, like maybe he got a DUI and he had like a gun on him. Dude, this guy is just always in trouble. It's like it's insane.
He's a fighter, so I assume he's like, does that mean he's like probably a violent person? So maybe that's why he gets arrested, because he does violent things, or
Well,
what has he been arrested for in the past?
cocaine
Okay.
a couple times.
And then a gun this time.
Guns, yeah. And then he also, this isn't bad, but this is like a cool story. I think I remember like someone mugged somebody on the street, and he just like kicked the shit out of somebody who like mugged him.
Dude,
Imagine like you like steal a lady's purse and you turn the corner and John Jones is standing there and he just fucking drops you. That'd be dope.
He's the MMA, not the boxer, right?
Yeah, he's an MMA.
Okay,
fighter.
yeah. Would you rather fight John Jones or Deontay Wilder?
Deontay Wilder. John Jones could like kill me in so many different ways.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so could
I mean,
Deontay, but Deontay's not as skilled with like his kicks.
He could probably still kick the shit out of me with just his legs.
Yeah.
He would kick the shit out of me with just his legs, but
Yeah.
you know. I don't want to fight any pro athlete. I'll put that on record.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Phillip Rivers.
I could beat up. No, not Phillip Rivers.
You don't think
He's
you could
got
beat up
dad
Phillip
strength, dude.
Rivers?
He's got like 12 kids.
Dude, but he's so like.
You know who I could beat up
gooby?
is John Daly, that fat golfer.
Oh, the
I can
drunk
handle
guy?
that guy. I push him over.
Yeah. Maybe like some punters.
Yeah, there's like a figure skater out there you could beat.
Yeah.
Dude, no punter. There's no punter you could beat up.
You don't. Are you kidding
Dude, the
me?
punters are jacked.
Not necessarily. Their legs are. Their legs.
No, all punters are jacked.
I don't believe that.
Yes, they are.
Why are their upper bodies jacked? Some of
Because
them
they
are.
can. They have
I don't
nothing
think
else.
they're all
They're pro
jacked.
athletes. Yes, they are.
Okay.
I promise you they are. They're in better shape than you are.
You think okay, some of them are. I guarantee there's some rando shitty punter who's like a practice squad, but he like borderline is in the pros.
There's like a college punter that you could beat up.
All right.
I don't think any professional punter you're beating up.
All right. There's definitely a pro punter that weighs less than me.
Yeah, but he's probably in better shape. Dude, he could punt you. You see how high their legs kick?
They are flexible.
They're flexible.
They're very flexible.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. All
We
right.
got to match you up with a punter.
My F this week is to any business, like local business, that decided to launch their business within like a couple weeks before Corona broke
If you
out.
opened a restaurant, you're sorry.
Yeah, dude, I feel so bad. Imagine you've worked like a year or multiple years to, start your business. You hire some people. Maybe it's just like your wife and your 20-year-old kid is like your employees. You get a cool sign. You design all the shit. You launch. 2 days later,
Coronavirus.
bam, quarantine.
Sorry. Yep. That's a bummer.
I just feel terrible. It would suck. And it's so sad. Even local businesses that had been around my whole life are struggling to stay in business. And it's like, dude, like there's this restaurant called La Casita, which is like, it's just a classic in our hometown. And like,
Are they going out of business?
well, I don't think so yet, but they're struggling. I know that. And it's like, it's just sad because they've been so good and like provide quality food. They didn't ever do anything. They just got fucked.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bummer, man.
You got to support your local businesses. I've been ordering some food from some local restaurants that we like.
Yeah.
So trying to do what we can, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, our last segment of the day here before we wrap it up. Movie time with John. So, as I said before, a few days ago, Shim came over 3 days in a row. We watched 3 different movies. And I want to talk about 2 of them. So, one of them, I actually wanted to I was thinking about talking about this at the beginning of the episode. It's actually fucking mind blowing. There's this movie called Contagion on Amazon Prime. It's not free, but you can rent it for like $3 or $4 or something. So we rented it because my buddy Anthony is like big into movies, and he told me like, bro, you gotta watch it because of what's happening in the world right now. And so we watched the trailer, and it's all about a virus that broke out, started from animals. They think it started from animals. It infects the whole world. All these countries and states shut down their borders. And it's all about how the government goes about trying to figure out a vaccine, trying to figure out what this is, how the world deals with this, how the people deal with this because everyone's stuck in their house and loses their jobs.
And here we are.
And here we are, dude. And it came out in 2011. And I mean, this isn't a spoiler because they actually like say this, but like in the movie, but they believe that it came from bats, which is speculation for how coronavirus started. And
fuck bats, dude. Fuck bats. I hate bats. They don't do anything cool. Well, sonar.
Sonar is pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of animals you could say about that.
They sleep upside down too.
Yeah.
But fuck
Have you
bats.
seen them pee?
No.
Bats, when they pee, so they like sleep in this weird position, all like hunched up, and then they flip they hang like they're hanging from a pull-up bar.
Yeah.
And they, with like their little hands.
And they shit.
And then they just sit there and like their dick like pops out and they just spray it out.
Why have you seen this?
It was on Twitter. Yeah, it's a cool video. Look up bats peeing, guys. It's pretty cool.
All right. I'll try it out.
But dude, it is I'm not even kidding. The whole movie, Shim and I would look at each other and we were like, what the fuck? We were like, it's really creepy how similar this movie is to what's happening right now. Like everything, they talk about social distancing, and then they show like people raiding the stores and buying a bunch of shit and like hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I mean, but that seems kind of predictable. Like that's what I would assume would happen. You know?
Yeah, sure. And I mean, you're right. That's what people would probably do. And like, but there obviously are parts that are like dramatized, I guess. Like they show in the grocery store, there's people that are like breaking the windows and stealing like everything they can.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, so who knows? It might get to that point where people are like raiding banks and like with guns and shit to try and get the most food and all this wild stuff. But
dude, every white person that has a bunker right now is laughing.
Yeah.
All the people that made fun of them.
Dude, I really hope it doesn't get to the point where we have to like
bunker
down. if you walk outside, you will get it.
Yeah, at least it's not, I mean, knock on wood, it's not something that's like floating around our air that like is poisoning us. That we know of.
Yeah. But dude, yeah, I just highly recommend you guys go watch Contagion, and it's with Matt Damon too, so it's like pretty famous actor. So it's just a really good movie. And it's just creepy because it really shows like, obviously I don't know how accurate it is, but you get to see from like a government perspective, like what do these high up doctors try and do when
the real doctors.
Yeah, when they don't even know what they're dealing with, and then they try and develop a vaccine and it mutates into something else. So the vaccine they just created doesn't even work anymore. It's crazy, man. So it's a really good action thriller, suspense, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
so,
if you want to feel sad about your current situation.
Yeah, and then worry that you might potentially die, go watch it. There's also this movie on Netflix, which is free. Netflix, their movie choices usually kind of suck, to be honest. They don't have that much quality stuff, but every once in a while they have some gems on there. And I'd heard about this movie called Good Time for a while, and I'd heard about it for a couple years, and every time I turn on Netflix, it's like right there, like recommended movies. So I decided to watch it with Shim, and it's 10 out of 10 movie. It's really, really good. It's about a guy and his brother with some mental disabilities. I don't know exactly what his brother has, but he basically plots to rob this bank because they're really poor. And so he basically convinces his disabled brother that this is like a good idea.
Awesome.
To rob this bank. And when they rob it, some shit goes down, and it's the journey of like basically this guy trying to save his disabled brother from like some shitty situations. And it's this thriller action movie. Really good. So check it out.
Okay. I'll probably watch it.
I mean, yeah, there's
I got nothing else to do.
Not much else to do. So
Tiger King.
Oh,
we can talk about that next episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about that once I get a chance to binge it. But I've been hearing a lot about Tiger King.
I watched Tiger King.
Would you recommend it to everybody right now?
It's interesting. You should watch it. Yeah,
I'm big into documentaries, and I've heard people saying it's one of the most like mind-blowing documentaries.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's like really great because like a lot of the stuff that happens in it is really bad and fucked up, but it's interesting. I'll say that.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for listening to this episode of Peak to Middle School. Kyle, where can they follow you?
Instagram at Kyle Safford 36. Follow the podcast at Pim's Podcast. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Come find us. Come say hi. We're bored.
Yeah.
Interact with us.
DM us on Instagram if you guys want to say hi to us. You got anything to say, any recommendations, anything you liked or didn't like, let us know. Also, be sure to go to the Apple Podcast app, search Peak to Middle School, rate us 5 stars and write a review. That is literally the one thing we would really ask all of you guys who haven't done it. Please just leave a review. Maybe if you're new from one of our ads and you found our show, it means a lot. We're trying to get to 100, and it literally takes like 10 seconds. So you can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And we have a Patreon at patreon.com/Pims Podcast, where you can get extra content. You can help us out. So anyways, thank you all so much. I'm going to see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.